was a risky move because had he not decided to step aside, it would probably have damaged him having one of his great supporters. And
what are you getting at, Jim?
I'm getting at, you've seen this, but he posted in July. So now fake movie actor George Clooney,
yeah,
he doesn't know that movies are fake, does he?
I don't think so.
If Donald Trump wins, have you thought about the possibility he might use the power of the federal government against you personally?
Yeah, I have, but I'm comforted in the fact that he's coming after you first.
Trump's latest Twitter meltdown isn't about politics. It's about Hollywood. The man who once said, "You're fired," is now yelling, "You're fake" at George Clooney. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. But wait, there's more. Clooney fired back with a zinger that's got everyone talking. And poor Jimmy Kimmel, he's caught in the crossfire, tissues in hand. It's the celeb showdown of the century. Well, folks, it looks like George Clooney's decided to trade his movie scripts for political manifestos. Our favorite silver fox has gone and dropped a truth bomb that's left Washington more shaken than a martini in James Bond's hand. So, what's the deal? Clooney's gone and suggested that maybe, just maybe, it's time for Biden to hang up his presidential hat.
Let's not skip right to the bottom line.
The bottom line is that it's very hard to let go of power, and President Biden did something really extraordinary. And I have to say, I'm terrified, and it's exciting. You know, we're going to live in New York for a while.
You've seen this, but he posted in July. So now fake movie actor George Clooney,
yeah,
he doesn't know that movies are fake, does he?
I don't think so.
I know, right? It's like he's taken a page out of Trump's Art of the Deal and rewritten it as Art of the Political Mic Drop. Now, you'd think Hollywood types would stick to red carpets and fancy award shows, but Clooney's decided to strut right into the political arena. And let me tell you, his words hit harder than a surprise plot twist in one of his movies. You should have seen the politician scrambling. It was like someone had announced free lobster at the Capitol cafeteria. Democrats were cheering like they'd just won an Oscar, while Republicans were fuming harder than Trump's hair on a windy day. Speaking of our favorite orange-tinted former president, how do you think he reacted to Clooney's little speech? Let's just say he wasn't exactly thrilled. In fact, rumor has it he turned a shade of red that would make a tomato jealous. I guess that's what happens when you mix Trump's usual orange with a dash of anger. You get a human-sized cherry bomb. But here's the kicker, Clooney's comments didn't just ruffle a few political feathers. Oh no, they sparked a nationwide debate about age in politics. Suddenly, everyone's talking about whether our leaders should be eligible for senior discounts at the movies.
It was a risky move because had he not decided to step aside, it would probably have damaged him having one of his great supporters. And
what are you getting at, Jim?
I'm getting at Clooney should get out of politics and go back to television. Movies never really worked for him. You took a big swing, and thank God you hit that ball out because
it could have gone very
badly. It could have gone very, very badly.
Still go badly.
Well,
it's like Clooney opened Pandora's box, and instead of evil spirits, out flew a bunch of AARP cards. And you know what's really interesting? This isn't Clooney's first rodeo in the political rodeo. Remember that movie, Good Night and Good Luck? Yeah, turns out our George has been mixing Hollywood glitz with political grit for quite a while now. Meanwhile, as the nation debates the merits of Clooney's spicy take, guess what Trump's up to? Yep, you guessed it, he's tweeting up a storm. It's like watching a one-man comedy show, except the jokes are writing themselves. Well, looks like our favorite orange-tinted Twitter tyrant is at it again, folks. Trump's stubby fingers are working overtime on Truth Social, and boy is it a sight to behold. The man who once claimed he had the best words is now flinging insults like a monkey throws, well, you know. So what's got Donnie's diaper in a twist this time?
No, I've never. I did one play. I'd done a lot of plays in LA,
right,
but I did one play at Steppenwolf about 30 years ago. It's been a long time.
I feel stupid a lot of the time, like most every day at some point during the day. Who never
Hannibal
came
Lecter
close
is his
to
guy.
making a great movie is getting into the act. He's turned on Crooked Joe like the rats they both are. What does Clooney know about anything?
Apparently, he's decided to call George Clooney a fake movie actor. That's rich coming from a guy whose entire persona is about as authentic as a $3 bill. It's like the pot calling the kettle orange, isn't it? But here's where it gets really juicy. Trump's loyal MAGA minions are eating this up like it's the last hamburger at a White House buffet. They're treating his little Twitter tantrum like he just scored the winning touchdown at the Super Bowl of pettiness. It's feeding time at the MAGA zoo, and Trump's tossing out insults like they're chunks of raw meat. Meanwhile, social media is exploding faster than Trump's ego after a rally. Memes are popping up quicker than you can say "Kafef," with users having a field day comparing Trump's meltdown to a toddler who's just been told it's bedtime.
You're making your Broadway debut, which I found kind of crazy that you never...
It's pretty stupid.
You've never been on Broadway. But I haven't felt much stupider than I did sitting there acting with you and Brad Pitt today. That was... If Donald Trump wins, have you thought about the possibility he might use the power of the federal government against you personally?
Yeah, I have, but I'm comforted in the fact that he's coming after you first.
That was the height of stupid for the day for me today.
Yeah, exactly.
It was fun. Brett, well, I want to talk about this movie.
Picture Trump's face photoshopped onto a screaming baby in a high chair, and you've got the general idea. It's comedy gold, I tell ya. But here's the kicker, and it's a doozy. Trump's insult is so ironic, it could win an award for Best Unintentional Comedy. Here's a guy who's been accused of having more fake parts than a dollar store action figure, from his hair to his tan, calling someone else fake. The irony is thicker than Trump's makeup on a hot day. And you know what's really gotta be grinding Trump's gears? His little outburst is actually doing Clooney a favor. That's right, folks. Trump's reaction has turned Clooney from just another Hollywood liberal into a bona fide political provocateur. He's gone from Ocean's 11 to Ocean's Oval Office faster than you can say, "You're fired." This whole hullabaloo has got people talking about more than just Trump's Twitter tantrums. It's sparked a real debate about whether movie stars should be sticking their perfectly coiffed heads into the political arena. Some folks are all for it, saying it's about time the beautiful people use their platforms for more than just hawking overpriced perfume. Others are saying actors should stick to their scripts and leave the politicking to the professionals. Though looking at some of our politicians, you gotta wonder if they're not all just bad actors anyway. Well, folks, it looks like Hollywood and Washington are doing the tango, and boy, is it messy. Clooney's comments have turned Tinseltown into a political battleground. Who knew the guy who played Batman could stir up more drama than the Joker? It's like a reality show where the contestants are all A-listers and politicians. But here's the kicker. This celeb politics mashup is making people wonder if movie stars should stick to their scripts. I mean, should we really be getting our political hot takes from the same folks who pretend to be spies and superheroes? It's like asking a plumber to do your taxes. Sure, they might surprise you, but do you really want to risk it? Either way, this Hollywood-Washington punch-up is far from over. Grab your popcorn, folks. This show's just getting started.